Just when fans thought the dust had finally settled between one of South Korea's most iconic former couples, Joong-ki has left the entire world speechless with a heartfelt and vulnerable confession that no one saw coming. And if you followed the story of Joong-ki and HYE-KYO, then this latest revelation will hit you right in the heart. But before we unpack every tearful, shocking, and emotional detail, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a moment of the biggest celebrity bombshells, romance twists, and raw, honest statements from your favorite stars. Yes, it's real. After years of silence and moving on, Joong-ki has finally opened up in a way that no one expected. In an exclusive and deeply personal interview aired on national television just days ago, the usually composed and guarded actor stunned fans with a single sentence that has since been replayed millions of times: "I still love my ex-wife." Those words hung in the air like a storm cloud ready to break. For fans who watched the fairy tale romance of the Song couple unfold, from their magical on-screen chemistry in Descendants of the Sun to their whirlwind marriage and eventual heartbreaking divorce, this moment reopened wounds and reignited hope in equal measure. The moment came during what was supposed to be a promotional appearance for Joong-ki's latest film. The host asked a seemingly harmless question about the concept of love and whether Joong-ki believed in lasting relationships. Instead of dodging or giving a generic answer, Joong-ki paused, looked down for a moment, then looked straight into the camera and said softly, "Love doesn't disappear just because people go their separate ways. Some love stays with you forever. I still love my ex-wife." The silence that followed was deafening. The host, visibly caught off guard, asked if he was speaking about HYE-KYO directly. And with no hesitation, Joong-ki confirmed it. "Yes, I mean HYE-KYO. She was my wife. She is someone who mattered to me deeply and still does. I loved her. I still do, in a different way. But it's love all the same." What followed was a media explosion. News outlets across Asia and beyond lit up with headlines, dissecting every word, every breath, and every expression from that clip. Social media platforms collapsed under the weight of fan reactions, some in tears, others hopeful, many simply stunned. But why now? Why, after all this time, did Joong-ki choose to open up? According to insiders close to the actor, this wasn't planned. This wasn't a marketing tactic. In fact, Joong-ki had reportedly been keeping those feelings to himself for years, out of respect for HYE-KYO and the lives they've led separately. But something changed. Some say becoming a father himself recently with his new wife made him reflect more deeply on what love truly means. Others say he saw recent photos of HYE-KYO and realized the emotions he buried never truly disappeared. And speaking of HYE-KYO, she has yet to make a public statement in response. But fans noticed that just hours after the interview aired, she posted a photo on Instagram, her first in weeks. It was simple, a sunset over the ocean, with no caption. Yet many believe it was her quiet way of acknowledging the storm brewing around her name once again. The Song couple's relationship has always been one marked by extremes. Extreme love, extreme fame, and extreme heartbreak. They first met on the set of Descendants of the Sun, and from their very first scene together, something magnetic was undeniable. Their chemistry wasn't just scripted, it felt real. And soon enough, it was. When they announced their engagement in 2017, it felt like the entire world rejoiced. Two of South Korea's biggest stars, wildly popular in their own right, were coming together in a union that seemed like something out of a fairy tale. Their wedding was private, elegant, and beautiful. Yet the public celebrated it as if it were a royal event. But then, less than 2 years later, came the shocking news: divorce. No one saw it coming. No scandals. No drama. Just a quiet announcement through their agencies that the two had decided to part ways. The reason? Irreconcilable differences. It was vague, and it left the public to fill in the blanks with their own heartbreak and confusion. In the years that followed, both Joong-ki and HYE-KYO went their separate ways. Joong-ki focused on his career and eventually remarried. HYE-KYO, ever graceful, returned to acting with a quiet resilience that reminded everyone of her strength. But even then, rumors of lingering feelings, emotional distance, and unfinished love never truly disappeared. And now, Joong-ki's confession has brought it all back. What makes this even more emotional is the way Joong-ki spoke about the love they shared. He didn't blame anyone. He didn't offer explanations or excuses. He simply spoke from the heart. "I think we were both under a lot of pressure," he said. "We were in the spotlight all the time. And we were two people trying to hold on to each other while the world was watching. Maybe we didn't know how to protect what we had. But I've never hated her. Not for 1 second. And no matter what happened, the memories we made were real." It wasn't a declaration of regret. It wasn't a plea for reconciliation. It was just love. Honest, enduring, painful, and beautiful love. And perhaps that's what's hitting fans the hardest. Because for so long, the narrative around celebrity breakups has been toxic. Scandals. Affairs. Blame. But here was a man, years after the fact, standing in front of millions and admitting that he still carries love in his heart for someone who is no longer by his side. The reactions from the public have been nothing short of overwhelming. Fan forums that were once dormant have suddenly come alive. Old videos of their wedding, behind-the-scenes clips from Descendants of the Sun, and interviews where they looked at each other with laughter and affection are being reshared everywhere. Some fans are hopeful this might lead to a reunion. Others simply feel closure in finally hearing Joong-ki speak with such honesty. Meanwhile, those close to Song HYE-KYO say that she has taken the news with grace, though privately, she was deeply moved. One anonymous source claimed, she always believed Joong-ki was a good man. Whatever happened between them, there was always love. Maybe not one that could survive marriage, but one that still lingers. And that's the truth that so many people are now beginning to understand. This wasn't a publicity stunt. It wasn't a romantic gesture meant to win someone back. It was simply one person speaking a truth that had lived inside his heart for years. Song Joong-ki didn't just say, "I still love my ex-wife," to shock the world. He said it because it was real. And maybe, just maybe, that kind of vulnerability is what the world needs right now, a reminder that love isn't always perfect, clean, or eternal in the way we expect. But it is real. And sometimes, that's more than enough. As we wait to see if Song HYE-KYO chooses to respond, or if she lets her silence speak for itself, one thing is certain, this moment will remain one of the most emotional and unforgettable in Korean entertainment history. So whether you're someone who still believes in second chances, or simply someone who values the power of honesty and love, this story isn't just about two celebrities. It's about what it means to be human. If this moved your heart, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Because here, we don't just tell celebrity stories. We uncover the moments that show us just how powerful love can truly be, even when it's lost, even when it's quiet, and even when it lives in memory.